Over the last decade, there has been a significant increase in public school systems teaching children as early in elementary schools that gender is fluid and that one's sexuality is also fluid. But there seems to be a societal pushback taking place on this issue. Many parents and some politicians are saying, don't indoctrinate our kids and don't keep secrets from parents. Joining us from Toronto is Dr. Bahira Abdulsalam. She is one of the spokespersons for the Hands Off Our Kids organizations and the 1 Million March for Children set for this coming Wednesday, September 20th, in cities across Canada. Dr. Abdulsalam, welcome to Bridge City News.
Welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak about this wonderful event. We are so excited and we are looking forward to that great day.
Well, great. We're excited to learn more about this. So can you just explain what is going to be happening at this protest march and what you're hoping to accomplish?
So at this protest, the parents and the Canadians are going to gather. They are going to pull their children out of schools as a sign of anger and disagreement about the education system that pushing an agenda, a political agenda that is very harmful to the well-being of all children. So they are going to pull their children out, and they are going to organize themselves to head to strategic locations in their city, in their town. It could be the parliament, it could be the city hall, town hall, and in some locations, school board, because those are the symbols of the where legislations are being formed, and we are trying to accomplish many things. The first thing that we are trying to accomplish is sending a very strong message to all decision makers, politicians, the principals and school board committees that we are not satisfied, we are angry, we are not happy, and we are having a very strong position about protecting all children. So by this move, parents and people who understand the danger of this policy are spreading the awareness, because sometimes some parents are not fully aware about the extent of danger. We have experts who has been working in this area for decades, and they are going to educate others and tell them how dangerous this policy is. We have speakers in different locations, and we want to ensure that this will be empowering for all parents and for all Canadians, and to tell politicians that we are the decision makers, not you. You need to listen to us. You need to follow what we need. We elect you to work and to apply and to be fair to each one of us. So there are lots of things that needs to be changed in our school system, and this day it will be just the start, the beginning of this. We have a strategy, and we will do lots of actions that based on our communication in this day.
So just a follow-up to that then, how do you think schools should handle when a student does approach a teacher or the school administration saying that they do want to change their pronouns? They're scared to let their parents know. How do you think schools should handle that?
Okay, definitely the school need to have experts, need to have social workers. We need more funding for our education system and health care, and we need to empower our psychologists, psychiatrists, and social workers, and put the confidence in them. We shouldn't tell them that what they should do and not what they shouldn't do, but we should give them the opportunity to deal with the vulnerable children and to deal with the families that have critical situations. But trying to say that all parents and families are risk for their own children, this is something unacceptable. And saying that children know more than their family and their parents or the government are the source of values for our children, this is not acceptable, right? So we are not against any child who has a vulnerable situation. We don't want those children to be used for a political agenda. This is what we are calling for.
Now, you say that the federal government is running scared from the woke movement and is trying to discourage Canadians from getting involved in protests like this, discouraging them from freely speaking their mind. Why do you believe this to be the case?
Yeah, because it's about how to control people. This is policy and democracy. It is not about controlling people. It's about listening to them. So our government need to understand that they can never control people. They should be understanding what people want, what people need, and spreading this information is not going to work. Spreading fear in the heart of people, it's over. People now are courageous. That they are not fearful because it is about their own kids, their own children, their future. So how can I be afraid of someone is gonna bully me and not afraid and not caring about my own child and his future, and the dangerous conversion therapy or giving them hormones or playing with their minds or manipulating them in public schools or giving them sexualizing them. So definitely like having investing millions of dollars in order to spread disinformation or hiring people to go and claim that they are leading this movement and then go tell people, no, sorry, I am afraid to go. If you are afraid to go, you are not serious and you are a plan by the government. So this is very clear. It's very clear to me, and it should be very clear to anyone. If someone is coming now 1 week before the protest telling you there is a threat if you go to this location, you need to understand that we are Canadians. We have the right to get protection from the police in all our locations, right? And the police forces are very understandable. They are very nice, and this is their job. They will be doing their job to make sure that those protests are going to be in safe, and mothers and children are going to be at the forefront of those protests. We need to listen to our children. We need to listen about to what is it that is scaring them of going to school. Some children are scared and develop extensive anxiety just for the idea of going to get their education. How come this happens here in this country? This shouldn't happen.
Now, your group says that some schools are showing pornographic materials to young children in sex education classes. Is this a fact? And if so, how widespread is this kind of thing?
Okay, so this information. It is not coming out of our group. It is coming out of parents in different locations who are sharing this information. And it is coming from third-party entities that have contracts with school boards, and they are spreading those materials inside the libraries, inside the school system. And those entities are linked to very dangerous agenda, which is pedophilia and promoting pedophilia and adding sexual attraction to minors and trying to normalize pedophilia. So this is extremely dangerous. We need to be careful. Those organizations need to be stopped immediately. We cannot allow any organization linked to any kind of pedophilia agenda to be spreading this very dangerous ideas into our schools. How come a child in fourth grade be taught about sex and all those kind of stuff? That this is completely shouldn't be. It's not age appropriate, and also the materials that are spreading are disgusting. Like I cannot describe it with any better word, and it is a shame. It's a shame that this is happening in our schools. So yeah, so we need to understand this very well, and we need to stop it right now.
Now, there are those that say your organization, Hands Off Our Kids, is trying to promote discrimination and hatred towards the trans and LGBTQ community. How do you respond to those accusations?
Okay, first of all, we are not an organization. Hands Off Our Kids is a grassroots movement, and we are groups of parents coming together, groups of experts coming together who has been in this area for like decades. And so definitely we will be attacked. Definitely they will spread lies about us and change the message, because it's a political game, right? So very clearly we are saying, and we repeat that our movement is rooted in love, in the love of our children, not only our children, all children, all Canadian children. We love them, we care about them, and we do not attack any LGBT community, any kind of person. They are free. Do whatever you want to do. We are not going to run after their rights, but the condition is don't come to our schools, promote your agenda, put your flags everywhere in the school, and preach it as if this is the new religion that everybody needs to learn or need to follow.
Your movement, Hands Off Our Kids, is going to be holding rallies across the country on Wednesday, September 20th at 9 a.m. Is there any final thoughts you would like to share about this event?
Yeah, so we are a grassroots movement. We have a wonderful team. It is led by Kamel Sheikh. He is from Ottawa, a businessman from Ottawa. And we have wonderful people who joined us. And we have a very peaceful message. And we have guidelines for our protests. And we understand the plans that might be available to destroy the pure and honest message that we are sending. So we have guidelines. Those guidelines are very simple and basic. There is no hate, no violence, no attacks to anyone. If someone comes to attack you and to make you angry, you have to be patient and don't respond to them. We are advising everybody to do that and communicate with your local police to get proper protection. If anyone is doing something opposite to those guidelines, they do not belong to us. They must be someone who is there to destroy and to paint a very different message to our group, and they do not belong to us.
Dr. Bahira Abdulsalam is one of the spokespersons for the Hands Off Our Kids movement. Doctor, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.